Okay, good morning. Kevin Dye with Dye Painting. So, pardon me. So I like to do these video bids. It helps me keep track of everything as well, and it lets you see exactly what I see. So forgive me if I move fast and get blurry here. So basically, the first thing we do is once we hit the ground, we strip everything off the house that we do not want to have. You know, we don't want to pressure wash, we don't want to get paint. I don't like to mask lights because when I do, there's always a outline of the light. I tend to do it the old-fashioned way and the more professional way, and that is we pull all the lights off. Hence why this video is so helpful, because if we do end up doing this job for you, it sure is nice to be able to watch it and remember where everything went, because we do one of these a week, and yes, we often put everything back in different places. So for us, prep is a major aspect to what we do. It's very important. So for us, you know, we caulk in all these areas like that, and like this guy right here, we caulk in everything. It's very important that we're sealed. So after everything's removed, we come in, we pressure wash. This deck right here definitely could use probably a little shot of stain. And what we like to do on these is we will usually sand just the handrail. So that way, you know, that's where you're going to put your hands, obviously. So we try to make those smooth and get rid of the ridges. And I don't think this one needs to be refinished or anything of the like. Just a little coat of stain could always help. And that's just more for longevity. So after the house is stripped, we go in, we pressure wash. Trim can remain the same. What I tend to prefer to do is between that the darker orange color and the doe skin, I like to actually caulk that line as well right there. I found that that also helps. In the pressure washing, we do remove all of the pine needles as well in the gutters. So we like to do that as well. Uh-oh, we got some wood down here. Not a big deal. So pretty basic stuff. We do a ton of these houses. I actually like this color a lot. I was thinking doe skin was a little bit separate of a color, but this is actually a really nice color. So with that said, lights masked. This one would be masked. Actually, the bell would be dropped, and then we mask it. It appears as if the front door will need a coat of varnish, or I like to use Spar Helmsman. I just kind of steel wool them down a little bit and then go ahead and do that. Sconces come off. These guys come off. The whole idea is to, you know, you really want it to be a very professional appearance, you know, so we like to pull all the stuff off, everything off the house. I don't like to get paint on anything but what gets paint. So we got some damage on this door. Let's see here. Yeah, so that might be something. Now we can paint it, but my suggestion on that door would be a replacement. So with that said, we can facilitate that as well. I can have a door. I can get you a cost on replacing the door and priming and painting it into the building as well. Garage doors are sprayed. Everything would be sprayed. We're kind of adamant. I wonder why they didn't take the trim onto this side over here. I like to spray and back roll everything. Very important for us. We use the best Dunn Edwards or Kelly Moore paints, depending on the job. Numbers would come off, and we would paint those on a drop cloth or a shield. Like I said, I like to use the best Kelly Moore paints that we can get our hands on. I only use top of the line. Now, if this is a Kelly Moore, I would probably suggest we stick with Kelly Moore. But I don't know. I can do an exact match of the doe skin with Dunn Edwards as well. And I found, okay, so this will be primed back here, this redwood. Just super quick, a little bit of primer. Now, once we get around here, we don't have decking, so what we tend to like to do is I trench the house out, as in I actually dig in dirt and bring it back, so that way it's off the building. And I mean, sometimes it's a little unsightly, but back here I don't think you're gonna notice it, but it will definitely help with the longevity of the wood to get the dirt off the building. You know, dirt only on the concrete, the stem wall. So, let me take a look under here. What a beautiful view. Okay, let's see if I can come around here. So just looking at the house, standard paint. 'Cause we just prep a little more than the previous painter. Like we caulk these in, we caulk this stuff in, we caulk all that stuff in, and re-nail it. Very important to us. Under here, pretty basic. Some caulking, definitely a cleaning and trenching. Pretty basic, big house. What we like to also do on these guys too is that we do these lines. We caulk those in as well. And we use the 45-year best acrylic caulking you can get. I've just found that when you seal those in, it helps to, again, everything for us is longevity. I know it starts to sound a little goofy, but the reality is everything is longevity. So this deck back here, again, you know, just a really good pressure washing and a coat of stain could definitely help this deck here. A lot of detail work on this guy. I know it's like the railing and stuff, but it's a beautiful property. I mean, just a beautiful property. And the good thing is where it sits is actually you get sun. So this could actually be something that would happen in the winter as long as our temperatures agree. Okay, all these guys would be caulked in correctly. It just seems like the painters previously haven't caulked it in, but we also are kind of known for our overboard prepping. We've never had a homeowner complain about it yet. Okay, little side building here too. Again, I would just pull the dirt off this wall. That'll save you. That'll save you the rot. It'll save everything. Some pretty basic stuff. I can't see on top of the back deck, but what I'll do is I will write the bid up as in to do all the decks, a complete job, and then if anything wants to be removed, that's easy. You know, okay, so we're not going to do this deck, this much, that, you know, so that much. So I just, while I'm here, I found that, you know, coming to do a deck, so if you call us to stain this deck, clean it properly, reset any screws with a punch or nails with a punch, screw anything back in that's loose, put a good coat of Armstrong stain on this deck, and I'd suggest something like a natural. We don't want to get too much darker. You know, you're looking at, you know, anywhere between $500 and $700 probably for someone to come and work on it for a couple days, but if that, I mean, or less. But for us, when we're already here, you're probably in the $200 range just to add this deck. So what I tend to do is just try to talk people into throwing a coat of stain on it. It's fast. We do it a lot, so we're very fast at it. So that's a big deal too. None of the roof work is anything serious. Beautiful home though. Great street. Really nice place. I was actually the guy who did Clementina's right down here. I was hired by another contractor to spray it out, and I did all the exterior work on their building, probably 4 years ago. But beautiful property. We'll talk about that door as well, and then let me see if I can look through and see if those back doors, okay, so I can't tell if they're painted or if they are but there's two sets of them. And there is railing and decking back there, I'm sure, as well. So what I'll try to do is just kind of do it a la carte and kind of see what we're looking at. I mean, pretty basic stuff. So thank you very much for the time, and I'll go ahead and put this together for you.